Hi. How you doing? How you be? Tough to the AB in gaming news or tech news. Absolutely nothing happened except for Diablo 4 beta that introduced the Druid as well as the Necromancer. I didn't play either. But let's get started with helping people right after this. Hi, I'm Anthony, and if you are new here, consider subscribing. We actually troubleshoot and help people with their technical issues and PC gaming issues, and subscribing will help us grow the channel and help more people. Thanks. Forum, how you doing? How you be? Top to the AB. Hope everybody had a good day at work. Hope everybody had a good day at school or college or whatever it is that you do. My name is Anthony, or The Open Forum, and essentially we are gaming adjacent. We play video games in order to help other people. We help other people with gaming issues, technical issues, PC issues, computer issues, Mac issues, Linux issues, whatever the issue may be, we support it. My name is Anthony, and without further ado, we can go ahead and get started here. So today has been a very interesting situation because most of my stuff stopped working. My Vegeta poster fell, and yeah, it's just been a really weird day, but I hopefully we can make do here and get everything working properly. And yeah, let's get it popping here. So what we'll do, I swapped out the background with Call of Duty because last time we were doing Diablo 4 and I didn't want to make like 2 weeks of Diablo 4 because that's a little bit too much. And I was waiting for this to render, which is why it took so long. So I do apologize. But without further ado, let's see what we got here. Alrighty, so we'll just go ahead and just go right on into it instead of doing our previews of watching trailers. So what we'll do is, this is actually from AG Dolly Pals, and they write, LTE data on phone will not work. Okay, well, that's a different issue. That's a good way to start. With a phone issue, I'm down. Phone is a Moto G, and the problem is as described. I restart my phone every day, so please don't tell me to just restart my phone. Yo, you know how many times we've been blown up by restarting devices? So yeah, I probably will. No, I took it to Xfinity Shop for support as well, and they didn't do much at all. When I turn the data on, the LTE is grayed out when it is normally white when working. Gotcha. And any app that needs data won't work. It's been like this for 1 or 2 months and hasn't been resolved. Yeah, it appears that the LTE LTE setting, the LTE module may be disabled. He said, what kind of phone is it? Oh, it's a Moto G Pure. Is there a SIM card connected? If so, I would shut down the phone, LOL. Then I would reseat the the SIM card, then power it back on. Also, you can see if Xfinity is a cable company, isn't it? I feel like it's a cable company. If it is, I'm not even sure if they use SIM cards. Xfinity. They are a cable company. I'm not sure how they do theirs. That's a little different. They may not actually use SIM cards, but we'll see. We'll just go ahead and ask. Also, you can see if Xfinity is willing to swap out the SIM card. Since they're a cable company, I am not sure if they even use SIM cards. In the event they don't, I would suggest a reset of the phone to see if the problem resolves itself. Okay, so we'll go with that. Okay, is a reset of the phone a little bit drastic? Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit drastic. So yeah, I get that. Generally we don't just come right off the cup and be like, oh, hey, you need to reset your phone. In this particular situation here, because the LTE signal, basically the module that turns on for the LTE whenever you enable it, it appears that there may be some problems with it and the SIM card. So it's a possibility that the SIM card itself is just corrupted, but if you can't swap out a SIM card, I'm not, so when cable companies got phone services, that was before my time. However, cable companies have always had contracts with phone companies. Like, you used to get discounts on phone services through companies that they support. So I would imagine that it'll still be a SIM card. But if it's not a SIM card, then that's what I would recommend. So, but at the same time, I'm like 95% sure that cable companies also use SIM cards. It's just that was before my time. They got, I was there for a decade, and they got cable phone service, like cell phone services, because the telephone feature that they had was not as popular because people were moving away from telephones. So because of that, they had a mobile plan, but I'm thinking it's just like a contract with whatever provider they choose, and so they use the exact same cell towers. But I'm not 100% sure, and I don't have any data to back that up. So because of that, I would rather just kind of play coy on this one and just say, hey, go ahead and try to reseat the SIM card and then put it back on. And if not, then you may have to do a reset. So we'll go with that on that one here. But yes, it's very, very rare that we would make that kind of a distinction. Alrighty, here, let's go ahead and go to the next one. Okay, now it's better. Okay, so this is from Stunning Cellist. Oh, this is a repeat. Hello, sometime last year, I purchased a new PC with a 3070 Ti, 5900X, 32 gigs of RAM, and a 750 watt PSU. Despite this, my computer, make sure y'all can hear me, everything's okay, yeah. My computer still crashes frequently across all titles. Okay, I'm unsure why it is doing this, as even my old computer, which had terrible specs, never crashed. I have tried reinstalling graphics drivers and even sent it for repair with zero help. If anyone knows if this is due to something with Windows 11 or my computer, please help. And I was like, well, just from reading that again, I think we just need more information. Well, it is this now, so let's just try this. What happens if you install an older driver? You can get older drivers from the NVIDIA website. Just download the oldest and test that. Also, after you test the oldest driver available, try to reseat the graphics card to see if it makes a difference. Hi, I just tried to going to the earliest driver possible, yet it still crashed. Well, we are testing. Okay, the error that she was getting was I think it was the NVIDIA error. I think it's where we left off at. Let me see here. Yeah. So the error, so basically we went to Event Viewer, and the error we got was an NV error. So NVLDDMKM. That is a NVIDIA error, meaning that the problem that she's having is with her graphics card. Celeste, the name Celeste is a girl. Hi, I haven't been on Reddit for a while, so sorry for the really late delay. I do not currently have my old graphics card on hand, as I gave my old PC to a friend who needed a PC. Also, I hope you have a nice birthday, man. Okay, maybe it's not a girl. My bad, yo. Thanks, I appreciate it. So birthday was good. We actually, you know what? Let's talk about that. So yeah, birthday was pretty sweet. I did get some time to work on a few things and get caught up, update a few things, make sure that the channel is good to go, and I'm starting to really get the hang of moving this new setup and how I want things and how I have different things set up. As you can see, it's switching between the video games, different video games that I support. So I think I'm gonna keep it like this, where it's like nice and neat, and you know, depending on which one we switch to, it may change the game. So, but at the same time, I'm not sure. I'm still working on that part. I think that would be nice that every time that I talk about a particular game or switch to a particular game, it starts playing that game. So I think I may do something along those lines. But overall, I think the birthday was pretty good. Had a pretty good time, and yeah, let's go ahead and get to the next one. Not a whole lot to talk about because I don't really do a whole bunch. I basically just work, school, and study in this stream. Work, school, study, stream. Alrighty. And by school, I mean like studying content and stuff like that. Alrighty. And so we already, well, let's see. Currently don't have his old graphics card. Are you still having the issue? That was a week ago. Are you still having the issue? You still having the issue? Just noticed this was a week ago, but I appreciate the response, the wishes, man. The best wishes, bro. Okay, so yeah, he's still having an NVIDIA driver. What happens if you seat the graphics card into another slot? Does it have the same issue? Have you done anything different since our last conversation. There we go. So yeah, just trying to figure out what may have happened in that week. Seeing the fact that he hadn't replied in a week, then that he may have done something to try to fix it, so we can at least figure out exactly what may have happened there. So yeah, we'll see how that goes, and then kind of just go from there. Alrighty, Celeste, keep us posted, bro. Or brodette, whatever. Hold on. Rate my setup, be honest. Yo, okay. Story time. So there have, okay. Let's just put it like this. All right. I was dating someone and we went to this grocery store, right? And this was during the time when, what's it called? What's that game called? I think it's called, oh yeah, Pokemon. The one on your phone, the mobile Pokemon. I forgot what they actually named it, but Pokemon Mobile, I guess. And we were playing Pokemon Mobile. So essentially we were like trying to catch Pokemon in that store or whatever. Because when we went, when she was looking at it on her phone, and then we were driving there and we saw Ghastly. So we were like, okay, yeah, let's go ahead and catch this because we might be able to catch a Haunter. So we went to the store, and what ended up happening was there were no Ghastlies. We didn't find any. They were gone by the time we got there. However, she caught an Ivysaur, okay? And I was very upset about this because I didn't catch anything. And we were in the same area and in my car on my day. And I felt some type of way about it. So long story short, I guess it's not really a long story because after that, we didn't really talk after that. I was a little discouraged. I mean, okay, have I ended relationships over stupid reasons? Yes. Is this the worst one? No, because she caught an Ivysaur and I didn't get one. So yes, I am a huge fan of Ivysaur and War Turtle and Charmeleon, I guess, in this particular case. And yeah, the fact that she caught that, and on top of that, it was a high level too. And she had no business catching that. And then I didn't even see it, which was so bad. But you know what? I'm not even because I'm just gonna get mad. But yes, Bulbasaur is an excellent catch, that good sir. Right next to his PlayStation on luggage that can actually carry all three. That's actually pretty good, especially if you want to travel. So hey, props to him. About time you evolve that Bulbasaur, bro. Bulbasaur. How do you spell Bulbasaur? I feel like it's Bulbasaur. You know what? I wonder if you do know how to spell Bulbasaur. You know what? That's pretty sweet though. That's pretty sweet. I'm not even gonna lie. Wow, that's crazy. That means that autocorrect now knows how to spell Pokemon names like Charmander. Probably only knows like the first generation. Like for example, Deoxys. Does it? Yeah. yeah. Okay. Hold on. Mewtwo. You don't know Mewtwo? Okay. Maybe it just knows the starters because how do you not know Mewtwo? So yeah. But yeah, by the time you evolve that Bulbasaur, bro, I mean, come on now, it's level 14. You have no excuses, okay? It should be evolved at this point. All right, let's go ahead and go to our next one here. Alrighty, and this is from Throwaway. Throwaway says, concerned my PC is being monitored. Oh, cool. So now we're on malware at this point. So I'm mostly technically apt, but know very little about networking. So I ran ipconfig to check my IPv4 address, then netstat -an to get a list of listening ports. There were multiple full IP addresses I didn't recognize, but the entire list was huge with many listening ports. Yeah, that happens. Where the address wasn't displayed, I have a feeling this is normal though. Yes, that's fine. What can I do about the addresses I didn't recognize? How can I ensure they are indeed malicious? What's the difference between a local and foreign address? I'm assuming it's just LAN addresses or the internet IPs. There were a couple of foreign I didn't recognize, although I have set up remote desktop on a PC connected on the same network, assuming it's not related. Yeah, listening ports can be opened for a multitude of reasons, especially if you are a gamer or remote desktop user, or remote desktop user, or just about anything. I would personally run the program malware bytes, and have it check your system. Then go to control panel, program and settings. Trying to figure this out without having to switch to our lab devices, even though we have them. I just haven't had it. I don't see a point for this one. Program and settings, and change adapter settings. I'm sorry, not program. Program and settings. Add remove program, and not program and settings. It's add remove program. Add remove program, and uninstall any program that you do not recognize. Then go from there. Keep us posted, bro. Also, if you see public IP addresses, as in not 192.x.x.x, then you can then you can look them up to see if they are malicious on Google. That's a lot to type, but yeah, that's essentially what you would do in these kind of situations. So basically, that was stupid, but so basically, in these kind of situations, what you would want to do is if you do have IP addresses or you're trying to figure out if they're malicious, you can just look them up. So basically, there is different tools. There's some that they have different names, and I don't want to. The reason why I'm not saying it specifically is because there are different databases for looking up different things. So I would just say, IP lookup database. I would just Google that and then put in the IP address, and that will kind of get you where you want to go. It would kind of point you in the right direction on if this IP is indeed malicious. So I would just do that and see if those particular IPs that you're seeing in that stat are actually showing to be malicious IPs. If they're not, and they belong to like Microsoft or Xbox or something like that, then you're probably fine. So just check them. If it actually did come with IP addresses and it actually are showing you those IPs, I would just check them. That's the quickest way to figure out if they're malicious or not. If they belong to a company that you recognize, then they're probably not. But yes, also run Malwarebytes just to be on the safe side and seeing the fact that that's free, and that will help point us in the right direction. So that's kind of how I would troubleshoot this particular malware question. Alrighty, cool. So let me turn this mouse off before his battery dies. Okay, cool. Alrighty, mouse to my to the max. Alrighty, so this is from Matt Black Irby. AM5 platform no display issue. I remember this. Well, okay. To be fair, I don't remember this because we have AM5 issues all the time. Hello, all. Have a 7900 XTX and an X670E Hero with a Gigabyte Gaming Overclock 4090. My monitor is a G8, doesn't always pick up the signal, and I have to flip the switch on my power supply off and back on and make it to make it work. Any ideas? Yeah. Well, do you have the 12-pin connected? Do you have all 4 plugs going into it? Also, be sure the BIOS and motherboard, just in case there is an issue, to update it. Also, what happens if you swap the HDMI instead of display? Does it show a picture 100% of the time? I have all 4 plugged in. It does the same with HDMI. I updated the BIOS to the one that came out last week, so we'll see if that solved it. And I say, okay, keep us posted. So I have the latest BIOS for a couple of days and everything is working perfectly now. I even get to see the splash screen. Normally it would just skip it. What? Did we get a win here? Did we get a win, sir? Oh my goodness, it's about time. And oh my goodness, it's about time I actually have a scene for winning. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's how we roll here. We win. Okay, no assist trophies today. All dubs. Okay. Go us. Glad to see that worked. Oh, I can't see that. Glad to see that worked. Appreciate the win, bro. Oh, no. Appreciate the dub. No, I'm not even gonna say that. Glad to see that worked. Appreciate the feedback. Okay, let me go ahead and pop in our stream information. That way he has that for his record in case he has any more questions. Control V. By the way, if you have issues in the future, we run a live stream named The Open Forum where we troubleshoot issues just like this. So if you have a problem, feel free to reach out. All right, live stream. Yeah, there we go. You can just Google it. It'll show it to either YouTube or Twitch, so it's whatever. So, okay, cool. So Matt Black Irby, I'm glad we took care of his issue. Woohoo, got a W on the first group. Oh man, we're doing pretty good today. I'll take it. I will take it. All right, let's go ahead and go to group 2. Let's get ready. Let me get something to drink real quick here. All right, group 2. Audio randomly just stops working on Dell Inspiron 16. Works when I connect it to an external display. Troubleshooting says no problem. And you know what? I don't want that in the shot. Sometimes I switch to that B camera and that B camera be showing things I didn't want it to see, like empty bottles that I need to throw away. Sorry about that. Okay, in any event, it was working yesterday and today because I had an exam. I muted the laptop, came home and the audio isn't working. It's in 100% and not even a SPFT murmur. SPFT? Okay. Updated Windows and all drivers, ran troubleshooting as well. So basically he has audio, but he has no audio. Audio randomly just stopped working on a Dell Inspiron 16. Works when I connect it to an external speaker. Okay, so are you referring to your internal speakers? So are you referring to your internal speakers that are not working? Or are you referring to a headset that is not working? So are you referring to your internal speakers that are not working, or are you referring to a headset that is not working? When you go to control panel, when you go to device manager, does the audio device have an exclamation point next to it, meaning the driver is disabled? Yeah, so basically just go to device manager. I would normally, I kind of put that information. I would just say, but there's an easier way to kind of go to device manager instead of the control panel, system and then device manager. There's a better way. Just click on start, then search for device manager. I find that to be a little bit easier for people to do, so we'll go with that. So start, then search for device manager. Does the audio device have an exclamation point next to it, meaning the driver is disabled? Okay, so yeah, that's essentially what we would do for this one here. So when we're talking about audio issues and driver issues and things of that nature, the best way to troubleshoot an audio issue would be to check the device manager and see if the audio device is actually seen. And it doesn't matter if we're talking about HDMI audio or display audio that passes through a graphics card, or if we're talking about audio issues with a actual internal device. Because if we're talking about going through an HDMI, it would actually, the HDMI part of it actually has its own location under sound and devices for the actual graphics card. And if we're talking about the internal on the laptop, well, it'll just tell you. It could be like, hey, your speakers are disabled because we ran into a problem, yada yada yada. So it'll tell you right then and there in device manager if there really is a problem with the actual driver themselves. Now, it's a possibility that you may be double muted. This happens a lot of times when you're in chats and stuff like that. And if that's the case, then I would say double unmute yourself. But I wouldn't go that small on this one here. If it does turn into a double muted, then my bad. But hopefully, I don't think it will. I think that more than likely the driver is disabled or having some type of an error or malfunction. Therefore, he may have to uninstall and reinstall the driver. That's what I'm thinking, but we'll see how it goes. Alrighty. So is it restarting on its own? I'm so sorry. Let me fix that real quick. Don't restart. There we go. And let me go to where we were. Okay, so yeah, that's what I would say with that one. Fire Striker, keep us posted. And it said there were 2 people typing. Let me be sure that the other person typing isn't me. Oh no, that was him. Have your audio output correct. Click on speaker near clocks and see if the speaker is chosen. Otherwise, it could be an audio driver problem. In this, I would suggest deleting the drivers and make a clean install. I will try reinstalling the drivers. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're all in the same boat. Okay. So this is from Spaghetti Smoothie. Oh yeah, I remember him. I remember his name because it was so clean. PlayStation keeps crashing at random times. No screen pop-ups. It just shuts down completely. When I try to turn it back on, it won't work. And I have to turn off Surge Bar and turn it back on or unplug it to get it to work. Any ideas? Well, does it crash when you have no games running? Do you have any downloadable games, or are all your games on disk? How much storage space do you have available? Finally, LOL, is your PS4 under warranty? It doesn't crash when it's idling, only when running games. I only have downloadable games on it. I have 70 gigs of storage left. It's a hand-me-down. I don't think there is a warranty. Ugh. Well, okay, so if he only has a problem when he's playing games and he's not using the CD drive, it's all internal, then there's a possibility that the crash may be caused by the drive itself. So if you have no warranty, well, actually we don't have to say that. So if you are having an issue playing all your games and they are all internal, I would suggest hooking up an external drive if you have one and install a game there. It can be something super small. I don't think Genshin Impact is small anymore. Oh, I just took off my right arrow. Sorry, my keyboard. Let me fix that real quick here. The cord hit the keyboard mouse and I lost my button. Okay, let me make sure that's working. Yeah, it is. Okay, it can be something super small on a thumb drive for all I care. As long as it's not that hard drive, and see if it works. Yeah, so essentially in this kind of a situation where you have a problem with the PlayStation 4 or 5, it doesn't really matter, and you can't play any games, and on top of that, you only play games that are downloadable. So you don't actually play on CD, so it's not actually on a different source. It's always pulling it from the actual hard drive, and you've already tried a code boot and you still have the problem. Well, the next thing that you would do in that particular situation is hook up any type of a thumb drive. So thumb drive, external drive, whatever you have available, anything will work, and just install a smaller game to the thumb drive and then try to play that. So just try to find some small, cheap, free game and try to see if your Xbox will play it when it's on the thumb drive. That will point us in the right direction and let us know if you're having a drive issue. And if it is, that's great, because all you have to do is replace the hard drive and you're good to go. So that's how you would troubleshoot that. So keep us posted. What was his name? Spaghetti Smoothie. Keep us posted, my man. Let us know how that goes. There we go. That looks better. There we go. Restarting to the beginning every time is stupid. All righty, Mr. Smoothie there. Oh, ooh, check that out. Got a custom PS5 cover, though I thought I share. That, yo, that's a pretty dope lighthouse. Especially if you like work in a lighthouse, like that would be kind of sweet to have a PlayStation that has a skin of the lighthouse that you work at. That would just be like a complete tour de force of your career. So like for example, like ours would be like a computer on one side and then a console on the other or something. That would be pretty sweet. Hey, that's one of the best skins I've ever seen. That's one of the best PS5 skins I've ever seen. Which company was this? So I can give them money. LOL. Yeah, we gotta figure that one out, man. That's too clean for me to just ignore it. What do you think? Like, how you gonna not put the name of the company right there? Like the next post should be like, oh no, we need to know what company this is so we can order it from them, because that is really clean. Congratulations, Mr. Creamy Cheese. Oh, a Nintendo issue. I'm so ready. Hold on, let me get something to drink and then we'll take a look at it. Oh, okay. It's hot. I don't like having that there. my fans are on the side and I didn't want to have it, you know what? That is irking me. My water was near the fans and I was afraid that the perspiration would go into the fans and then stop our stream. That's how far my mind goes. All right, so this is from Egg Spoon. Egg Spoon says, my Nintendo Switch thinks the power button is held down. Okay. Nintendo Switch is connected. Hold on, let me grab the controller. Oh, it's already on. All right, bet. So for months now, my Switch's power button has been acting weird, really weird. The button still clicks if it seems normal, but the Switch is acting as if it's being held down. The Switch itself works fine, but it powers itself off after about 10 seconds upon waking up from sleep mode. Does anyone know why this might be? So on the Switch, which I forgot what the icon looks like for the Switch. So, oops, no. Wow, Anthony. Just wow, sir. Just wow. All right. It's reversed, so it throws me off. Anyway, so he's saying on his Switch, it thinks the power button is held down and it turns itself to sleep. Well, oh, you can collect Platinum points. Well, the first thing I would do is say on this one here, if it's powering itself off and always powering itself off, you can change the sleep settings so that it doesn't do that. So like, for example, auto sleep playing the console and auto sleep connected to the TV and suspend auto sleep. I would turn off these auto sleep options under the sleep mode and system settings and see if that may get it to work as a workaround, and then kind of go from there. Because if we turn off its ability to sleep when it's connected, directly docked, that may help. Also, I would try to, well, you can't really clean. That button is pretty recessed in there. So I would try to see if, like for example, if it's undocked, if you press the power button, it should turn itself off. So I wonder if the power button works at all, because it could be that maybe it's pushed down, therefore you have to push it again in order for it to actually fix itself and the button to come back. But we'll work with that on that one, or we'll work with him on that one. So let's do this. So let's go ahead and go back now that we know. So if you go to settings, then what was it called? Sleep mode. So if you go to settings, then sleep mode, turn off any sleep mode settings for when the device is directly connected, and see if the console still powers itself off. It should not shut down even if the button is pressed. Call this one a workaround. As for the button itself, when undocked, if you were to press the that was awful. If you were to press the power button, if when it undocked, if you were to press the power button, does it go to sleep? So yeah, I'm kind of curious to see, maybe the button is malfunctioning or maybe the button is just pressed in. So if we're trying to figure out which one it is, go ahead and undock it and then press the power button and see exactly what happens and go from there. Alrighty, Mr. Spoon, keep us posted, bro. Let's go ahead and go to the next one. Alrighty, so this is from Alicia, haha. Alicia writes, just got my Xbox Series S. When I downloaded games, it goes very slow. Takes over 10 hours to download. My old Xbox One and current PS5 doesn't do that. Looked it up, seen people do have this issue when Xbox saying it's a Microsoft thing to keep servers from crashing, I guess. But just to explain in more detail, I downloaded Grand Theft Auto Online at 9 a.m. today. BPS started at 9:15 and estimated time to download was 10 hours. Looked at Reddit and saw a few solutions like change DNS, yada, yada, yada. And they also have the issue with NBA 2K23, but I'm not about to keep reading that because it's a lot. Sure, troubleshooting issues is what we do. So do you have any other wired devices in your home connected to the router? Try to do a speed test with them to see if the network speeds are the same. Yes, I've tried that. I kind of switched my internet cords from my Xbox One to PS5, and the performance and downloading speed just differs. Just differs? Even though it reads good downloading speed on my settings, and even when the game is downloading the bar, it just takes hours, and my PS5 would show the same, but actually download at that speed. I'm not sure if I mentioned I got the Xbox from a pawn shop, so that could possibly be, but I mean, my $89 old gen Xbox worked perfectly fine. I called the people and they tried to help and it solved itself. Then hours later, it is still downloading. I'm not tripping about it as much since I'm a PS main and got the Xbox to play with my boyfriend, but dang, like 10 hours to download a game. Yo, you a real one. You a real one. This lady is hardcore. Fair enough, fair enough. I can help. So, okay, so here's the thing. Here's my look at money. Okay, I never bring money into situations because you don't know where people are at. However, if they volunteer that information, then we know what we have to work with. She bought an Xbox from a pawn shop. Therefore, she's not looking at spending a whole lot of money on this. So you can get SSDs for like 20, 30 bucks. And I would just try, even if it's a smaller SSD, I would just try a replacement SSD for the Xbox and see if that makes a difference. Also, I believe the Xbox One is a hard drive, so that would probably explain it. And this is Xbox Series S. Let me actually look that up before I say that. Xbox Series S. Hard drive. Does it come with a hard drive or SSD? Whether you get the Xbox Series X or the Xbox Series S, the console comes with a custom non-volatile memory host express SSD. NVMe SSD for short. It's small loads. Okay, can you just show me? That's the X. I'm talking about the Series S. Series SSD hard drive storage explained. Microsoft explains Xbox Series S hard drive. Okay, so I think it comes with an SSD, but it doesn't really matter. I would still say replace it. So Xbox Series S. You you a real one. So what I would do in this situation is go buy a cheap SSD and replace the one currently in the device. It could be the problem is with a, we'll say, on its last legs drive, and it's masking itself as a network issue when really it's a faulty write speed. So here's the reason why I say this, okay? In this particular situation, they said they swapped out the Ethernet cable between the PS whatever and the Xbox whatever. And doing so, they still got the correct speeds, the same speeds the other console got. However, whenever they actually start downloading it, they have a problem. Now, when a game is playing, it actually loads that game into memory, so it's no longer really using the hard drive, which is why it never really mattered. It only matters in the initial load at the hard drive or SSD that you're using. So in this particular situation here, what I would say is to go ahead and replace that drive with another one. It's like an SSD or something like that, like a cheap SSD, and replace it and see if that resolves the issue with the download speed. If it does, then you just have a faulty drive and you just need to replace it. So that's what I would say for this one. So Alicia, keep us posted. Alrighty, let's go ahead and go to the next one here. Alright, so this is from White. Workspace setup, PC plus docking station with 4 monitors. I have a PC set up with a hardwired M&K. I know what that is, but I can't remember off the top of my head. Webcam, mic, headset, and 4 monitors, 2 display ports, and 2 HDMIs. I also have a docking station for my laptop with a wireless M and K and the wireless M and K. I'm guessing these are speakers, and the same display outputs going to the same 4 monitors. Okay, so he has a PC and then he has a laptop that's going into the same 4 monitors. With my current setup, I have to manually change the display input on each monitor when switching between PC and laptop. I have to do that too. I'm looking for the best possible way to make switching between the two easier, assuming there's some kind of splitter or switch for this, but can't seem to find what I'm looking for. Open to guidance and suggestions. Okay, so let's think about this. So, okay. All right, he has 4 monitors, and then okay, his setup is very similar to our setup. So basically what's going on is I have a laptop, right? I have a Mac laptop, and then I also, for like work, and then I also have my desktop that we use for streaming. We swap between them. So like if I wasn't, streaming or whatever, I swap between them so I can also use these monitors for work, so it helps with space. But I have to do the exact same thing, basically switch the inputs. Now, are there things that you can use that will allow you to just do a straight switch between them? Yes. However, here's what I found out. When you do something like that, and you do have a KVM switch is what we used to call it, but there's different names for it these days. But basically, when you do have a switch that does that, what you will notice is that there will be a problem in game. So for a lot of these people here that are having problems, and there goes my okay, I've broken this key thingy way too many times. For a lot of people that are having problems and running into issues with docks, they are typically also gamers. And the fact that he says he has a desktop with a webcam means that more than likely he's also a gamer. And if you hook up your keyboard and mouse into the docking station so you can use the exact same peripherals, there may be some latency. So when it comes to docking stations, as well as having a KVM switch, I don't particularly recommend it if you're a gamer, because it can generate a lot of latency and sometimes the actual peripherals may not work. Depending on which one you purchase, you may have some latency there or some degradation of quality, meaning that you may swap it from one to the other and then the keyboard and mouse may not work properly, or sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, things of that nature. The more devices you put between yourself and the game that you're trying to play, the more you're going to run into issues. So I would recommend for people who are having this particular issue to just not use as many monitors, so you don't have to switch it as slowly as that. He has 4 different monitors that he's using for his laptop. I would bring it down to like 2. And that way you only have to switch between 2 and it's a little bit easier. So that's what I would say for that. And then as far as the KVM, I swap that out for devices that can also be on Wi-Fi as well as Bluetooth. So that would be your Death Adder V2 Pro. That would be like your Logitech what is this? This guy here that I'm pressing 80 buttons on and breaking. So there's something like this where, oh, yeah, I can't see that. This guy, Lightspeed, the Logitech, what is this? G915. So something like this, the Logitech G915, where you can actually swap between Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. As you can see there, it's missing a key because I keep breaking it every time that we do this, but that's what I would recommend. And then swap between Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, put the Bluetooth on the device that doesn't game, and then put Wi-Fi on the one that does game. And that's typically going to be the best way to handle that particular situation. So yeah, I will say that to you, but I'm not saying all that to him. So I have to manually change the display. So typically you can get what's called a KVM switch and hook your mouse / keyboard into it, as well as the monitors, but they typically don't support 4 of them. On top of that, sounds like you are a gamer, and using a KVM switch introduces latency. So I would not recommend that. Instead, what I do is I only use 2 monitors instead of 4 4 for faster switching. I use 2 monitors. I only use 2 monitors instead of 4 for faster switching, and then buy a Wi-Fi / Bluetooth keyboard and mouse, like the Death Adder. Ooh, I think Death Adder is actually all one word. Death Adder V2 Pro, or the Logitech. Actually, you know what? I'll say the Black Widow V3. Yeah. Or the Black Widow V3 Pro. There's a reason why I say that. It's because the Logitech isn't for everybody, because it's a smaller keyboard size. So that may not be functional for a lot of people. That's the reason why I say that. Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. So typically you can get what's called a KVM switch and hook your mouse keyboard into it as well. But if you're a gamer, it's going to introduce some latency there. So it appears that I did something stupid on Call of Duty, which is pretty normal. Taking that. Oh, no, actually, that's not bad. You tried, especially with that gun in that fight. I mean, unless you got a shotgun, you can destroy it. But yeah, that's what I would say for this one here. I would try to use devices that have Wi-Fi and Bluetooth support. Put the Bluetooth on the device that doesn't game, and put Wi-Fi on the other one, and go from there. Okay, so that is for Mr. White there. Keep us posted, bro. Alrighty, be eating instant noodles for a while when you have $3 left after ordering a 4090. Yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate your candor, because I would be very upset if I only had $3 left after buying a 4090, but I get it. I definitely get it. The 4090 is dope. Especially like if you never had something like, for example, if you came from like a 1060 or something like that, and then you upgrade to a 4090, yeah, you upgraded like from a hoopty to a Corvette at that point. So congrats to you, sir. So yeah, cool. I like the meme. Yeah, can't complain. Yeah, dope, upgrade, respect. Ramen's not so bad. Ramen's not so bad. Yo, ramen is the food of choice for every college student that's struggling. Hey, you know, you got to do what you got to do between ramen and tuna. You'll figure it out. Alrighty, let's go ahead and go to the next one here. So this is from Big Shot. How do I fix this color misplacement on my PS4? I remember this. We talked about this. So yeah, he was showing this kind of pigmentation here, and we weren't exactly sure. It looks as if his graphics card is distressed, or memory. It could be either or, but generally memory just kind of takes you out of the game, whereas graphics cards will actually show distress like this. So with this one here, I would say to try to replace the HDMI cable, as well as try a different television to see if it makes a difference. If it doesn't, and the issue follows the PS4 to a new monitor, then unfortunately there is little that can be done, and the problem would be the integrated GPU. No, I fixed it a few hours ago. Turns out it was blowing directly into the cord trick. I go, what? Yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing. Like blowing into the Nintendo when the game won't play. Yo, that was totally my thing back in the day. But yeah, no, this is an L. I'll take that. I'll take that with a grain of salt, because that is 100% an L. But yeah, with this one there, you know, it is what it is. Okay, nobody's gonna suggest blowing into an HDMI cable in order to fix it. That's stupid. Instead, we may say unhook, rehook, stuff like that. So it's more of an assist trophy, but we'll call it an L because I had already started the playback. So okay, let's do this. We'll call it an L and we'll call it an assist trophy. That way we kind of get an idea that it's really both. So it's an L plus it's an assist trophy. And yeah, we'll take that. Alrighty. Did it even play back? I feel like it did. Let me hear it. Oh no, actually I don't think I can, but well, I'll figure out in post whether or not it played back or not. But I thought the assist one was actually a picture of Luca. but oh, okay, that's the reason why it didn't. Okay, yeah, assist trophy. There it is. Okay, yeah. Because we were in a different input, so that's the reason why I did that. But in any event, that's what I would say for that one here. I would say, you know, if you blew into the HDMI cable, I think it's the fact that you reseated the HDMI cable that actually got it working. Alrighty, so let's see here. Okay, that's good. Okay, this is going to be from Fake Cinnamon. I'm going to build a PC starter pack. Ooh, RAM, I must have RAM. Picks either Intel or AMD. CPU mirroring a corrupt two-party system, binary minded. Boy, did I call it or what? I picked this motherboard because it had the features I wanted and was a good value. Though cool CPU thinks frozen peas on hurt head for children. Okay. Yes, I will put my desktop in a case. Buys a power supply paying for electricity they already paid for. Wants to play video games like a freaking psychopath, so uses a video game card Pokemon. Okay. Okay. I mean, I've never seen a power supply get caught on fire before. Like, I've seen them explode, but that pop right there is the equivalent of like just a condenser popping. So it's not exactly, it doesn't really cause fires. It kind of just turns itself off. But sure, that's, yeah, no, okay, I got you, I guess. I suppose that is a thing. I suppose out of all the things that are around, that is one of them. Okay, Luca, we got you. So let me turn off the dropping dimes. So this is from Venice Cross. DLC not downloading. Important, something went wrong. So I bought some DLC from the PS4 store and it's been giving me this error every time I try to download it. I've been retrying the download for hours now and it's still not downloading. Okay. Are you able to download anything else? Like a free game? Like a free game or something? How much storage space do you have? Well, you tried your best there. How much storage space do you have? Okay, are you able to download anything else like a free game or something? And DLC not downloading. Something went wrong. What game is this? Maybe we can recreate from our side. Okay, so yeah, that's what I would say for this one here. So with this one there, you know, just trying to get an idea of what he's trying to download and if you're able to download anything else and kind of going from there. Like just try any free game that there is. It doesn't really matter which one it is, but see if that's able to download. If so, then that means that you're only having a problem with this particular DLC. So we could try to download and see, even though we don't have a PS4 per se, we do have a PS5 and it should give us the same error because they use the same operating system. It's just that one is a little bit more updated. So yeah, that's what I would say, Mr. Vinescross. Keep us posted, bro. Alrighty here. Xbox Series X won't interact with home screen of some games. This is from Solid Professional. So out of curiosity, oh, actually, you know what? Before I actually start saying what I said, he said my Xbox Series X won't interact with the home screen of my two newest games, Saint Row and Wolong. And we originally were thinking more so controller, and we've been going back and forth on this, and he basically has tried his controller in multiple devices, so it doesn't appear to be the case as far as the controller being the problem. Well, I haven't heard anyone having issues with the game on the Xbox per se. It appears though others have complained about the issue on the PC, however, so it may have carried over. Have you tried to plug the controller in directly? Doesn't make a difference. I have tried to do that and no, it has not. Also, I don't even own a PC. Right. I was just explaining that people who had the issue were on PC. That's fair. Right. I was only mentioning it as a possibility for the issue you are experiencing. Get off my back, bro. If it's external, try to install on internal SSD. I think he's already tried to do an uninstall, reinstall. Is he only talking to us? Let's go with this. So let's go Control C and let's look at our comments here. Is he only talking to, yeah, he is. Okay, fair enough. Right, I was only mentioning it as a possibility for the issue you are experiencing. Let's see. So it's a Xbox Series X. He's already tried to uninstall and reinstall the games, but no input would work and neither will the app. And remote play does nothing either. It also has spread to Apex Legends, but only sometimes. Okay, but still, let's try to plug in directly to see if it resolves the issue or try remote play. I just saw your second reply. Okay, so do you have another controller? What happens if you pair the faulty controller? I have uninstalled both and reinstalled them multiple times. The controller is not faulty. Remote play doesn't bypass it sadly. So he plays remote play and it still doesn't work. Okay, well, all right. Well, if that's the case, then it's kind of game over. Well, if that's the case, then we are starting to point to the Xbox itself having issues with controllers. If you are still under warranty, I would try a RMA to see if that resolves the issue. Let me think about if there is anything else. Well, see, here's the thing, right? So he's essentially talking about controllers, right? And his controller's not actually getting to the menu, but it is spread to other games. And he's already tried to uninstall, reinstall the controller, or uninstall, reinstall the game. He's also swapped out controllers. Also, when it's wired, he still has the issue, which makes sense because he also said that remote play, he still has the issue. So if you're not even connected to the device, you're connected to your phone and you still have the problem, then the problem is going to be with the Xbox itself. And then on top of that, it's spreading to other games. So maybe it's having some communication issues or some issues with the motherboard or something along those lines. In which case, I would say to go ahead and proceed with an RMA to see if it makes it, see if that fixes the issue. I get that that's scorched earth in this particular situation, but you know, there's not a whole lot you can do. Okay, you can try a reset and you can try an RMA. That's pretty much where you're at this point. If you are still under warranty, I would try, well, if that's the case, then we are starting to point at the Xbox itself having issues with controllers. So I would try to reset the console to see if that makes a difference. If I can spell difference properly, to see if that makes a difference. If you are still under warranty, I would try a RMA to see if that resolves the issue as well. Keep us posted. So yeah, that's what I would say for that one. I would say to do a wipe or a RMA to see if that resolves the issue, because you've already done everything you possibly can to prove it's something cheaper. But it appears that it may just be the Xbox in your particular situation. So Solid Professional, keep us posted. Alrighty, group 4, let's do this. Ooh, hot day. Actually, you know what? Let me turn the AC. No, too loud. There we go. Alrighty, let's get ahead and get back to it here because I was burning up. Alrighty, so this is from Zoo Ninja. DualSense help. The up button on the D-pad started to require a stronger press in order to use. When I press softer, it does not respond at all. I've tried all the troubleshooting of the PS support page and have no luck. Does anyone have any advice on what to do? The next step is shipping it back to PlayStation, which I'm good with doing if there isn't anything else I can do. I would like to avoid taking it apart to keep the warranty. Well, when you hook the controller directly to the PS5 or whatever, 5 or 4 or whatever, LOL. When you hook the controller directly to the PS5 or 4 or whatever, LOL, does the up button perform better? Or is it exactly the same? If it is the same, I would pair it with your phone to see if it has the same issue. If plugging in directly fixes the problem, it's possible the issue is with Bluetooth connectivity. So with these kind of issues, it can be both. It can either be a Bluetooth issue or it can be an issue with the controller itself. And the best way to figure that out is to hook it up directly and see if the issue goes away. If you hook it in directly and the issue goes away, then more than likely what's happening is you're having a problem with Bluetooth connectivity between the PlayStation whatever and the controller whatever. So I think he said DualSense Edge, but so I'm thinking he's probably talking about a PS5, but that's essentially how you troubleshoot it. Now, if you pair with another device and that button is still having a problem, then the issue is with the controller and you can go ahead and RMA. Alrighty, Zoo Ninja, keep us posted, bro. Alrighty, so this is from Foxtrot. Foxtrot says, can someone help me with this? Of course, this is what we do. I installed Horizon Forbidden West back and it seems lost my save data and I'm confused. Can anyone help me as I have a max level character and it reset me back to level 13? Okay, so for this one, it may still have it by have it just not downloaded to the console. I would try to download it from the PS5 cloud. You can do this by going to the settings, save data, and game app settings, cloud saves, and then from here see if the save file is there. I tried, but the sync data stopped downloading to cloud, and I never knew this to now. I always have had problems with some of the games not automatic download to the cloud. Well, it's over then, bro. Oh, well, unfortunately, it would be game over at this point. Game over at this point. I was thinking about making a joke on it, but he's probably pretty upset about it. Game over at this point. Sorry about that, bro. Sorry about that, bro. Just call it new game plus. LOL. Yeah, at the same time, you know, there's not a whole lot you can do there. If it's not in the cloud and it's not on your drive, then it's over. So, you know, those are the only two places that it can be, unless you have it on a spare drive somewhere. But, you know, we're talking about Horizon Forbidden West. We're talking about Horizon Forbidden West, which is a game that hasn't been out for very long. So if that's the case, man, it appears that it's just over. You know that fear. Okay, let me make it bigger. Me going through the minimum system requirements of any modern game before reading anything about it. I think that's how everybody felt about Forspoken, but that right there is not what that is. I mean, this man here looks like he's about to pop a blood vessel, but he sounds very, very, I'm guessing it's studying for an exam, but man, you need to calm down, bro. I see your veins have children. Your veins have veins in this particular situation, and I think that that's just a bit too much. That is a bit too much blood flow. So you need to calm down, bro. It's not that serious. But you know, system requirements, I get you. Alrighty, so this one is from Katarina Watercolors. Okay, and they say game crashes after start. Okay, we have another issue, but this time it's on the Xbox. Let me spin up the Xbox while it's on my mind. Asking for my husband, can you please tell me why with some games like Atomic Heart and Plague Requiem and Diablo 3, the console crashes after the start of the game? Already sent to support center, the console was returned to us, but the problem was not solved. Well, are all these games on the internal drive or are they on external drive? If they are external, I would move them to the internal drive to see if it makes a difference. This is going to be located in the system settings storage devices. Have these games worked before? Games are on the internal drive. Okay, well, swap it. Well, let me think about that. The games crash after start. So it's either a drive issue or a memory issue, or a game issue. It can be software related. So with this one, what happens if you install the smaller of the three onto an external drive like a thumb drive and boot from there? Does it work then? Yeah. So I would go with that, you know, just trying to hook it up to an external drive and see if it still gives you that issue, and basically just moving one game over just to see if the issue goes away whenever you're using a different drive, because it could mean that your drive is just straight up corrupted. Alrighty, Katarina, keep us posted, sweetheart. Alrighty, let's go ahead and go to the next person. This is going to be iSpecL. iSpec writes, controller not working. Okay, back to the controllers of the Xbox. Okay, my Elite Series 2 controller left bumper only works 20% of the time. This is the reason why I swapped out my original Xbox Series Elite controller. So the Elite Series 2, actually I'm on this side. The Elite Series 2, this guy here. Yeah, so these bumpers, not the triggers, but the bumpers at the top, these guys, Yeah, there you go. Those guys right there. Those guys are a problem. So those guys, the reason why they're a problem is because they can't be swapped out. So in the event that those bumpers go out is probably the main reason why they get these RMAs. My Series Arctic 7 headset is plugged into my controller, and my controller is plugged into my Xbox Series X. I experience controller disconnect every 20 minutes, and it comes in bursts of 4 to 5 times in a 3-minute span. Left bumper only works 20% of the time. Yeah, RMA. Yeah, RMA. I play Genshin Impact, and right bumper is run. Even on the elites, it eventually fails after a few, it eventually fails. Even on the elites, it eventually fails, in which case I simply RMA. Yeah, whenever you're having that particular situation with the controller not working and it kind of goes out and you're losing buttons, if you're losing buttons and the bumper only works certain parts of the time, that means that particular button is going out, but you can't replace it. The triggers and the bumpers you can't replace. So whenever you run into the situation, it's generally a quick RMA. There's no point in continuing troubleshooting when we're talking about Microsoft. This is the exact problem. I've had this problem at least 3 times now, and every single time I just put in an RMA. There's no point in trying to argue with it if the bumpers are starting to not work. It doesn't even matter what your second issue is. The bumper issue is why most people RMA those devices in the first place. I hope they have come with something that actually allows you to change out the bumpers and the triggers so that in the event that there is a problem, you don't simply just lose your controller. All right, let's see it go to group 5. Wow, my English just all of my English just left my body. I don't know what just happened. All right, so this is the Dell XPS 9360 not turning on 2 amber lights and 5 white lights. And I said, let's see here. Game over, crud. Sorry about that. Everything else will be a major modification to get to. How about we pivot? Actually, you know what? Let's read this because that doesn't even make sense. A new laptop that was turned on before but never used was sitting in desk for a long time, but now it won't turn on. Fully charged battery, then removed CMOS battery and main battery from SSD. Tried F12 with no sign of life. Keyboard light turns on and heatsink gets hot. Anyone know a fix? Laptop did work before. Thank you. Okay, but yeah, it sounds like it's gonna be a PC motherboard or memory issue. And then I said the memory modules are not removable, and we were like, okay, well, let's go ahead and try to remove the dim sticks to see if that resolves the issue, or just go down to 1 if you had 2. But if it's not removable, then there's nothing he can do because the motherboard, CPU, and the memory are all soldered onto the motherboard. So if any of those 3 are causing the problem, there is absolutely nothing you can do unless you're an engineer and you want to work on that laptop. You can, but I would rather just RMA at this point. Everything else will be a major modification to get to. How about we pivot? It's possible the warranty on that guy is still good. I would check its serial number on Dell's website. There are videos on how to clear CMOS for that laptop, but none are pretty. I would check the RMA first and proceed from there, because at that point you have nothing to lose. The warranty is unfortunately over. Guess I'll check eBay for a replacement motherboard. Yeah. Ooh. Sorry about that. But yeah, sorry about that, but I would try to call them and see what they say. It's possible they may offer an extended warranty to cover the faulty component. So I would just at least check. The worst they can say is no, right? But if your warranty expired, and you can maybe get an extended warranty on the guy if it only expired pretty recently, you might be able to get a pass that essentially gives you that extended warranty so that you can go ahead and turn in the device for an RMA. So just letting him know that he does have a couple more options with going to the actual company and seeing what they say and then going from there. Alrighty. Okay, I was just making sure my door was closed. So this is from Intelligent Shore. Yeah, Intelligent Shore. My Steam always disconnects. Back to the Xbox Series X, disconnection. After I put my Xbox in the Insider Beta, my stream always disconnects. I used to be able to stream 1080p no problem, then I downscale at 720p to avoid any kind of lag. Mind you, I have a wire connection with up to 50 megabits per second and 14% upload speed. 14% of 500 megabits per second, which I'm guessing he is talking about around 50. Well, okay. Yeah, around 50. Why is my Xbox disconnecting the stream? I notice now when I downscaled stream to 480p, the stream does not disconnect, but comes at the behest of the stream looking like I play the SNES. Anyone have any pointers? Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. So with this one, downscaling this one, what happens if you go back to a live version of the Xbox? Does the issue resolve itself? I think, like, you know, in this particular situation, if you have something that is like a beta program, then the best way to go about this is to bypass the beta program by hooking it up with the most up-to-date version of drivers that are available for everyone and seeing if that resolves the issue. If it does, then you just have a problem with beta and well, with the beta version. And then you would have to just kind of go from there. Okay, and by beta version, I mean the Xbox beta version. Does the issue resolve itself? It's possible the issue may be with that version of software. That was silly. I knew he was in there, and I still just kind of walked in there to him when he was ready. That was crazy. I deserve to die on that one. Alrighty. So yeah, that's what I would say for this one here is if you're in the beta program, get out of the beta program and then test it and see if it resolves the issue. Alrighty, Intelligent Store, keep us posted, bro. All right, let's go ahead and go to our next one here. Anyone have one of these 4090s in the SFF case? What are you using? There's only two. That's going to be the Meshalicious, Meshalicious / Meshroom S, as well as the Corsair NR200P. But it'll be a tight fit, and I don't think that'll fit. So for that card, there is only one, which is the Meshalicious or Meshroom S. Okay, what I'm referring to is these two. I made a video about it as well. Meshalicious and Meshroom S. Images. Yeah, this guy right here is tall enough to actually fit a like for example here with this 3070 and or Ti and or 3060 and or Ti. It has enough room that it can fit a full-size graphics card, no problem. So I think that may be the issue here. Okay, where was I at? I feel like I was, yeah, we were here. So for that card, there is only one, which is a Meshalicious or Meshroom S. I think this guy is too big for the Corsair NR200P. I have the Gigabyte model, my model, and got cut up trying to maneuver that gigantic card into the PCIe slot, and yours is the same length, so no dice there. Yeah, so with the NR200P, it can fit 4090s, don't get me wrong. It's just that typically it's better off fitting graphics cards that are founders. Generally, these aftermarket graphics cards are way too big. They're bigger. They're going to be bigger than the founders cards. And not only is that the case, you have the biggest of the founders 4090 cards. So your options are extremely limited. So yeah, with this one here, I would say, you know, just try with the Meshalicious or the Meshroom S and then kind of go from there. Alrighty, this is going to be from R. All right. In my defense, I play very demanding games like Stacklands. Okay. I remember this. This is thinking about upgrading my GPU, me, and then my 3090. Yes, having to have the talk on my 3090 as to why there is a 4090 in the house was difficult, but I think they are coming around. Eddie says, sell it to me for $300. I use it to stream, to live stream support issues, live live stream technical support issues. I use the live stream technical support issues. Use the live stream technical support issues and fix them on the fly. It's now Hey Lab PC, LOL. All right, and I need to do a build log, man. One of these days when I get a little bit of time, I'll actually start a build. It's taken a while for us to actually get back to it, but now we can, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, fun stuff, fun times. This is always what happens whenever you're trying to make out with a new graphics card. You make your old graphics card jealous. Alrighty, and there we go. That way everybody can see that. All right, let's go ahead and go to the next one here. So this is from Mr. Soap. Xbox controller's not working. If your Xbox controller is on but it's not working properly, it's a bug issue by the looks of it. Press and hold down your console power button until it turns off, then power it back on and it should be fixed. So I like to add, you can also pair the controller with your phone in order to prove if the issue with Bluetooth or console or Bluetooth of the controller. True, it's a bad update for the console causing this issue. It's pretty dumb. They haven't looked into it. Then again, the servers are pretty bad lately, but thank you for the advice. Hey, there we go. There we go. I wasn't trying to show him up or anything on his own, stream. I wasn't trying to, go Eminem on him and be like, oh, actually, sir, you could try this, or you could try to bypass and hook it up directly and see if it resolves your issue. We weren't trying to do that. We were just trying to add, in case somebody else was able to find it based on his actual Xbox controller not working title, then going ahead and giving a different perspective is something that we can do to try to help more people. And it looks like it was received well, so hooray. I'll take that assist trophy. You do it, Luca. You get that assist trophy. So thank you, sir. And let's go ahead and go to the next one here. Alrighty, so this is gonna be our last group for today. And this is from Herminator. Herman writes, no PC, no display detected peripherals are finicky. So let's go ahead and just read a little bit. Okay, let's read some of it. Have struggled PC randomly black screens, then turns off my peripherals. Notice mainly the keyboard lights. Okay. Have struggled to boot in general or keep it booted. It continues to black screen. My LEDs on my case are slow blinking, demonstrating no VGA detected. So graphics issue. So, okay, so your GPU seems to be the culprit where you're able to bypass it by unhooking the GPU from the motherboard and boot from the CPU. His CPU that he's using, a 12700K, has integrated graphics. Replied multiple times, so just not getting up to date. So yeah, I would go with an older driver to see if it makes a difference. So I think whenever he bypassed it, it worked. Just the oldest of the NVIDIA website should be fine. Also, I would update the BIOS, as this is the most important step when it comes to new gen CPU these days. No worries, appreciate the help. Unfortunately, I did all the above, even reverted to a known successful NVIDIA driver in safe mode. Everything seemed to be working fine and the system crashed again. Same flickering, it doesn't seem like a crash though. It seems like the GPU is just hanging. Well, okay. Well, let's pivot. Pivot. What kind of card is this? Oh, this is a 3070 Ti. Well, let's pivot. What happens if you plug your GPU into a different slot? Does the issue resolve itself? Also, he told me his motherboard specs, Z690 Wi-Fi D4 Asus motherboard. Let me actually look this up just to make sure that he has more than one PCIe lanes. I'm pretty sure he does. Yeah, he does. Yeah, several. Okay. Well, let's pivot. What happens if you plug your GPU into a different slot? Does the issue resolve itself? Also, what else was I gonna say? You replied multiple times, so yeah, I just got with the older driver to see if it makes a difference. So he's already tried the BIOS update and he still has the problem. It doesn't seem like a crash though. It seems like the GPU is just hanging. So yeah. Oh, the power supply. Also, swap the 2/3 8 pins from the GPU and swap with another pair to see if the culprit is a lack of power. Keep us posted, bro. Yeah, so with this kind of a situation, when you're having an issue with the let's see here, multiple dates. Okay, when you're having an issue with the GPU going into your motherboard, what I would say for this one here, and we know that the issue is going to be the graphics card, I would say to go ahead and try to reseat it and plug it into a different location. In other words, he has 3 different PCIe lanes he can choose from. So he may be better off trying to put it in a different lane just in case the issue is with the motherboard, as well as swapping out the 8 pins. If he does both of these, then that means that the issue is not the power supply, and the issue is most likely going to be with the motherboard or having some issues with the card or the card itself. Okay, Herminator, keep us posted, bro. All right, let's go ahead and go to the next one here. So this is from Just Builded It. Okay, let's swap out real quick. Just Builded It Battle Station. Hey, you know what? That is a ton of space. So congrats to him, because that thing looks wide open. That thing looks like it's going to get all the area it would ever want and then some. And what kind of case is this? Did he say? No, it doesn't appear that he did. Congrats on the build, bro. I wasn't even going to say anything with the builded thing. Congrats on the build, bro. The reason why I don't do that anymore is because more than likely, the reason why it's misspelled is because it's probably not his primary language. Congrats on the build, bro. Looks very airy. I'm not sure if airy is a word, but it should be. So yeah, it looks very, very airy for his setup. I mean, it looks like the graphics card will have no complaints the way his is set up. He has literally everything that could be removed is removed. So congrats to him. And it looks like it's like well, no, it's not. No, it's not. I was gonna say it's the Lian Li O11D Mini, but it appears that it's not. Plus, you can't. Well, okay. Well, those are 120. So yeah, maybe it could have been an iteration, but it doesn't have this. This right here is different. I can't remember where this comes from, but I've seen this before. Alrighty, here. Let's go ahead and go to the next one. So this one is from Swimming Through a Daze, locating CMOS in a Dell G15 5511 upgrade RAM black screen. Okay, so for this one, I wouldn't know exactly where the CMOS battery is, but quick question. If you replace the 64 gigs with the previous 16 gigs, does the PC boot? If so, I would just boot with the 16 and reset the BIOS through the BIOS settings, shut it down, and change to the 64 gigs to see if it makes a difference. I can't provide a link as tech support will strike my reply, but you can probably Google how to reset the laptop in BIOS for that guy. It does boot. We'll do that and let you know. Thanks. It does boot. Oh, it boots with 16 gigs. Ah, gotcha. Keep us posted, bro. It's not quite an assist yet, but we'll see how it goes. This actually may turn into a win, so I'm willing to keep working it because I think we may have figured it out. Alrighty, so this is from PC Master Race. Corsair panels finally came in. Yo, that actually is pretty clean. So basically, he has wood panels for his case, and it's almost like an orangish look, but it looks pretty good. I mean, I have to say, I mean, it's very nice and compact, and I like how it is on a shelf that is not a part of his desk. In other words, if he was to get a standing desk, he would be able to still do this, which is pretty sweet. I'll change the RGB lighting up a bit, but happy with the way it looks now, and I got some improved airflow. Yeah, with this one here, okay, I am the type, and I've always been the type, I used to think that in certain situations, it's better to have it set up without a glass panel. Instead, you do mesh panel. However, what ends up happening that I've noticed is that whenever you do have those side mesh panels, if there's anything that's blocking it, some of the air that's actually supposed to be going to the graphics card gets exhausted out of that side panel, and it can actually hurt your temperatures. So now that I know that, glass panels are actually pretty good in certain situations. So yeah, this actually looks like an excellent build though. So congratulations to him. Congrats, bro. And also, blue is a problem because this is the reason why I don't use blue anymore for my cases, because blue and red get very, very tiring very, very fast. Blue and red are so aggressive in their coloring that it makes you want to swap off to something different, something brighter, lighter, airier, more fun, turquoise or something like that, simply because of how dark and deep blue and reds were. You ran into this a lot with the Half X. The Half X used to do this a lot. So let me switch back so y'all can see that there. Oh, I'm sorry. This one. So the Half X. Ooh, did I just close one? Oh, I already took it, so it's okay. Half X. So the Half X was my first actual case that I actually spent money on. So this glow on the Half X can change between red, blue, and green. And green was a little bit later in the day, but yeah, the red was so aggressively red as well as the blue that it was kind of annoying swapping between them. It was so bad that I actually ended up buying 200mm white fans to actually fit into that case because I was so tired of the red and blue. So yeah, I definitely feel your struggle, bro. It really just kind of depends because those red colors, those primary colors, they're very, very aggressive. Alrighty, here, let's go ahead and go to the next one. Alrighty, and we already looked at that. Oh, hey, we're on the last one. Alrighty, so this is from Swimming Through a Daze, locating CMOS in Dell G15, upgraded RAM, black screen. Okay, so, oh, he gave us an update. So, okay, shut it down and change to the 64 gigs to see if it makes a difference. I can't provide a link because tech support will strike it. It didn't work, same problem, computer powers on, but screen stays completely black. Dell G15 5511. The screen is black. There is a power light indicator, not blinking, no beeps, just black screen, but showing the power is on. Yes, the RAM is connected. The only other solution I could think is resetting the CMOS. Open link in new tab. This is a laptop. I just want to make sure it is. Oop, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Dell G15 5511. Pretty sure. Search web for it. Yeah, it's a laptop. Let me see. It has 19 comments. So with this one, do you get a picture if you connect the laptop to a second external, to an external display? So with this one, do you get a picture if you connect the laptop to an external display? Or is it black screen city? So also try to swap the inputs if I haven't already set that. I feel like he already did though. The other solution I was thinking of was reset. Also, in case I didn't mention it, try to change the oh, okay, so there's no point in talking about changing out inputs because he's not using inputs, he's just using the screen on his monitor. So we'll just call it at that and see exactly what he says from there. There's not anything that you can really add to it because it may just straight up be that the monitor is dead. So if you try to hook up a second monitor and it still doesn't show you a picture, the primary monitor screen is dead. So we're kind of running out of options here. We're about to get ready to move to hardware. But Swimming Through a Daze, keep us posted, bro. We will pick back up with you tomorrow. So let's finish this out. Whew, thank you guys so much for watching. We had a whole lot of issues, but it looks like we finished at a pretty good time. And, you know, I am glad that everybody was able to, that we were able to get some people taken care of and helped. And if you like this video, go ahead and like button. If you really like it, go ahead and subscribe. I love you either way. Take care. All the best. And bye. I will see you tomorrow. And